Now returning to the James Show, immigration attorney with Lincoln-Goldfinch Law. Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch back on the James Show. Welcome back. Merry Christmas, Kate.
Hi, Merry Christmas.
All right, so let's talk about what's the latest going on with immigration here. There's been a bunch of rhetoric, but I don't think we're really going to see any official changes until Trump gets in office. What are some of the unofficial changes that you see?
I think some of the more enforcement-minded people within the various agencies, the judges, the deportation officers, the USCIS officers, they'll start to make more anti-immigrant decisions. They'll decide to deport someone or decide to deny a case. So you start to see individual agents in anticipation of the new leadership that's to come make decisions that, they align with. That's what we've seen right now. And in anticipation of what's to come, we're all preparing for massive raids and detentions and deportations to start really probably right after the inauguration.
Well, is that something that's going to be focused on illegal immigrants or legal immigrants?
The deportation, I think they're going to focus on people who they're undocumented. The front line will be people who already have deportation orders, and then the second line will be people who are caught up in the criminal justice system that have been booked and processed through the county jail, because those lists are easier for immigration to access. So that'll be sort of the front line, the low-hanging fruit. But then I think we're also going to see a lot of work site raids and even raids just out, in the supermarkets and the places where immigrants tend to gather.
Do you have any guidance for legal immigrants who are looking to duck some of this heat?
Well, I think racial profiling will definitely be a thing, especially in these sweeping raids. And so if someone is in legal status, they should carry proof of their status. So if they have a work permit or a green card or a U.S. passport, they should keep that on them at all times and be able to identify that they're in legal status. On the other hand, if they are, have a work permit, but their asylum case is pending or their status is complicated, my advice would be not to answer questions about what their immigration status is and to only identify themselves if they're being arrested. In the way that all of us are advised not to talk to the police if we're being arrested, it's the same thing about immigration status. If someone is being asked when they came in the country or what their legal status is, it's best to ask to remain silent until they can have their lawyer present.
In Texas this year, we started putting immigration status checkbox on the top of hospital forms. Do you recommend people fill that out, or are you allowed to tell them to skip it, or what's the situation on that?
I don't think anybody should be answering that information. Really, the state of Texas is just looking for data in the aggregate. They're not supposed to be sharing patient information, but nobody has to answer that question, and therefore I think no one should. So everyone should just decline, because it shouldn't affect the type of treatment that people are getting. And if it does, if someone declines to answer that and it changes the way that they're treated, then they could probably bring a complaint or even a lawsuit.
Is there a case to be made that if the health cost is going to be borne by the backs of the taxpayer, that they have a right to know?
Well, that's the point of this project. It's to collect information from hospitals that receive public funding about what percentage of their patients, are in undocumented status. So, I think that is information that the state could attempt to collect, but people also have the right, under privacy laws, not to answer those questions.
Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch, where do they find your work outside of WBAP?
Lincoln-Goldfinch Law.
Well, your phone broke up, but I remember. It's Lincoln-Goldfinch Law. If you need an immigration attorney, you like what you hear from Kate, go check out our website, Lincoln-Goldfinch, like the bird, law. Thank you very much, Kate.